Hope everybody's doing well. So I do these from time to time, some inspirational, motivational, and then funny kind of stories of having just like a story time with y'all. Because like I said, I'll call y'all family members when y'all are subscribers to the Head to Tail channel. So y'all are my Head to Tail family members. So it's always good to sit down with your family and just chat and laugh and everything else. So I like to do these from time to time, just sit down and talk with y'all. It's fun that I'm starting to be able to do some lives now as well, so it's more interactive and we're right there kind of closer with each other, being able to talk. But I've done quite a few little stories on my channel of funny ones and inspirational / I guess motivational, you could say, as well. Some of y'all have heard and then some of y'all may have watched it as well, you know, the frying pan to the face, the one of me getting took to school naked as a kid. So I've really lived that out in life. You know, you've had the dreams, or you might have had the dream where you're at some location or somewhere and all of a sudden you realize you don't have any clothes. Well, I have lived out that. So don't do as John does. And then riding a ceiling fan with a hula hoop, that one's on there as well. Me and a good friend setting a field on fire by his house. Me and my dad trying to build and fabricate a smoker that didn't go as well and as planned as what we wanted to. So there's some funny ones on there. And then some kind of just real life, motivational, just stuff that's occurred and happened in my life. And some of y'all, if y'all been with the channel for a while, you know, or you might know me personally. I know one of you really personally. You grew up, you saw me grow up as a kid, so you know the story, and you've been there with my family as well through it, of all the hardships and trials and everything else. And I've got those on there of what has gone on. I've got one that's titled My Story, another one Shut Up, Suck It Up, and Smile, and a few others. So if y'all want to check those out to get more of the backstory of what's going on in my life. But I can give you a quick synopsis of what's occurred, of being diagnosed with an autoimmune disease and trying to figure it out, and going through multiple surgeries and getting better, and then all of a sudden getting worse, and then back in the hospital a few times, and then come to find out I got some tumors in the bottom line of my lungs, and have to go through chemo and get better, and then have to do more chemo. And so it's been a ride for sure. And I haven't understood it all as well, of hey, why in the world has this happened? But I got another video of, you know, of why me. But then when you look at it, and the way I've looked at it, hey, why not me? I said, if it can be me and not you, hey, I'll take it if you don't have to deal with it. So that's the way I've come to look at it. And it helps as well to be truly blessed with an amazing family. I couldn't ask God for a better family. It's amazing how good they are. And then friends as well. And then hey, a lot of folks that I've never even met in my life, and they have prayed and thought about me and helped me and my family out tremendously. So I've been blessed for sure, even though it has been struggles and still are struggles. Hey, I'm still blessed. I mean, there's a lot of folks that are a lot worse off than I am, so I am still blessed. And I am a Christian too, so that helps out tremendously to having my faith to lean on. So that's helped, and the many faith of the folks I worship with and go to church with, they're an amazing bunch as well. So I'm blessed with them. And being a Christian, you know, I'm in the Bible and studying in it and everything else. And along with the Bible, we've got many characters that you kind of have your favorites and you look to more and stuff. So I've got my own, and I'm sure you have yours as well. And if you don't, hey, try to find one, because I bet you can find one, even if you're not a Christian. I bet you if you read, you can find one that you enjoy. But I've got two kind of that I lean towards. Moses being the first. Awesome story with him growing up, and he's a young boy, and the Pharaohs is wanting to kill off the young boys anyway, so he won't have his control, won't take his reign. So his mother hides him away until she can't hide him away, and then she makes him a bassinet and sends him down the river, and come to find out Pharaoh's sister gets him, and he gets raised up in the, I guess, almost kingship, and then his mother gets to nurse him along the way and be along with him and teach him both sides. And then God choosing him later on after 40 years too. It's funny, I guess he let Moses grown up for a while before he decided to choose him. It's funny how water was part of helping him in the first part of his life, and then with the parting of the Red Sea too, it's part of helping his life as well. It's neat how God can weave stories and use what he needs to use in order to have the fulfillment of his plan and ultimately for our salvation. It's neat if you just look at it for the literature, even if you don't believe it. And I've got my Bible right here, I keep with me all the time on the nightstand. Even if you just read it for the literature, it's amazing how the story is written, of how everything weaves together from beginning all the way to the end. Of how can you write a story that good without divine intervention? So it's pretty amazing. So Moses, of course, is one of my favorites. His meekness under control too is pretty amazing. I like his, he tries to give the excuse to God of, hey, you know, I'm not that good at speaking. You know, I can't do this. And God's like, well, your good brother's good at speaking. He can speak for you. You're gonna lead anyway. So I always kind of get a chuckle out of that. If Moses had his excuse, but God had the answer. So it's just pretty good. I enjoy that. And then I guess my second one, y'all might could already guess who it might be. But it would be Job, if you couldn't guess, if you know the Bible as well, and you know Job's story of what he faced in his life. You know, he was a man that had it all, and then the devil comes into play. And I love how God already knows the story. He knows what's going to happen, and he's like, all right, you can go ahead, you can do whatever you want to up to this point. Don't go past that point. And God's like, I know he's not gonna break. So hey, you can do whatever you're gonna do, but you're still gonna lose. So go ahead. So I enjoy how God already knows the victory that he's going to achieve through Job. And he allows all that Job had, and Job had it all. All of a sudden, all his kids are dead, and all his stuff is stolen, and animals dead, and it's just had it all, lost it all. And I love Job's character too, of when he's finding out all this is going on, his first reaction is, I love you, God, and I'm going to praise you. That says a lot about someone's character. And I try to look to that and look to me if I've done that. I can't lie, I haven't. I've had my trials, and my first thoughts wasn't praise, which is bad, which thank God he's given me the time to figure out to change that. And I have. I've started to get better at that for sure. But then too, Job, after he's lost it all, he starts losing his health too, of having issues and just scraping bowls with just broken pottery, I believe. Just, man, just agony, nothing. Then you have a wife that just says, hey, curse God and die. So you lose your support of your wife, and you have friends that come along, if you can call them friends, if you know the story, and they kind of just are there to be like, hey, what'd you do, Job? What'd you do to deserve this, Job? That's what it feels like, instead of saying, hey, what do you need? What can I help you with? Type of deal. And still, Job, he has the question of what in the world, why me? And God gives him a good grilling as well. That's a good section of Job's story, of God's questioning him, of just question after question, and Job's like, I don't have the answer. But ultimately, in the end, Job comes out much better than what he even had at the start. And that's the blessing we get with being able to read Job's story. And if you haven't read it, hey, please read it. I think you'll get a lot out of it. But yeah, that's the blessing we get of being able to read the story and know the story, of knowing what's going to go on and how Job's going to be successful through his trials, even though he didn't know while it was all going on. So that's the blessing we have through being able to read the Bible, and we get to know the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say. We have that knowledge, and we can gain strength through it, and guidance and wisdom, and that's an amazing thing. It's hard to get words just how amazing it is. I mean, I look at it as when I'm reading the Bible, it's, hey, I'm getting to get just a little piece of God's wisdom, a little piece of his mind. I mean, his word is right there. And people all the time with those go, I need a sign. There's your sign right there, read it. You know, here's your sign, it's right there, just read it. That's what God's telling you a lot of times. You're just like, why? Or what's this? I need a sign. Sign's right there if you'll read it, if you'll read the Bible. And a lot of times we kind of don't know why and everything else, but that's all right sometimes, not to know why something occurs, because in the end it's going to come out to the best if we're faithful and stay determined and stay strong. And I look at Job, and like I said, the blessing of knowing his story, and I've gained wisdom and strength from it, and it's helped me in my relationship with God to be able to grow closer to Him through it. And I try to look at my life as well, of what all trials that I face and hey, my family's faced as well. And I look at them, think about it. And I think if someone looks at my life and sees all the trials and everything that I faced and my family faced and hey, my friends have faced too, if they can see my life and they can gain some strength and wisdom from it, and most importantly, if they look at my life and they decide to grow in a relationship with Christ and they come to know Him and they follow Him because of my life, man, all my struggles, everything, it'll be worth it. If I can just touch one life, if just one decides to follow Christ and then really follow Him because of my life, man, I'm honored. I am honored if God has decided and chosen to use me in that sense. Man, I'm honored if I can just touch Him. Because as the verse says, that angels rejoice over one. So if I can just touch one, I will be honored. So that's I guess my little motivational or inspirational story time for y'all. I'm glad for my struggles, and it's a pretty freeing and happy place in your life if whatever comes that you're just like, hey, oh well, I'm gonna be all right. No matter what it is, when you finally have that comfort of knowing nothing can do anything to you, you're unshakable, even death, you're just like, oh well, just as the verse says, oh death, where's your sting? When you get to that point in your relationship with Christ, I mean, it's quite freeing, because nothing bothers you, because you know you have victory over death through Christ. So when you get to that point, it's quite freeing. And I pray you can if you haven't, and even if you have, man, welcome. It's gonna be nice to be with you, brothers and sisters. That's all I can say. It's gonna be sure nice. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Figured it might make you smile, or hopefully not cry or nothing like that. I don't mean to, but it is kind of get emotional. I know it gets to me, especially when I thought about it and finally got to that point. It took some emotion to get to that point, but once you get here, you see that, hey, if God has used my life to help others to grow closer to Him, and it's an honor, you know, if I can touch someone's life in that way. Because hey, He died for me, so the least I can do is try to share Him, you know. And then if someone accepts it, man, that's awesome. And if you don't, hey, guess what? I'm gonna love you either way, because what's it gonna say about me if I treat you awful if you don't, and I treat you good if you do? No, I'm gonna treat you both the same. love you, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Because he loved me enough to say, hey, I'm gonna die for you. I mean, that's a lot if someone says, here's my life. So, but anyways, again, I'm just rambling on, preaching, I guess. But I hope it was something that might help you. But anyways, I love y'all. And if I didn't love y'all, I wouldn't share it with you. And anyways, I'll shut on up here. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. And the next one will probably be something a little tastier for your stomach instead of thought-provoking. But anyways, again, I love y'all. And thank you so much for watching, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to. And if you do subscribe, well, hey, welcome on into the Head to Tail family. We love you. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.